What's up, OBB fam? It is Toast, and when it came to their tagline, the Ed Morse Automotive Group could have said anything, but they went with backed by Morse. They want their customers to know that when they buy from Ed Morse, they are backed by Ed Morse. And right now, during the Get Backed event, every vehicle is on sale and backed by Morse. New vehicles are backed by Morse with price protection promises. All used vehicles are on sale and backed by Morse with thorough inspections and warranties. Even your service is backed by Morse with a price match guarantee. Shop hundreds of new, used, and certified pre-owned vehicles, all the best makes and models, all on sale, and all backed by Morse. Ed Morse even has your back with low finance rates on all your favorite vehicles, and you already know their lower finance rates mean lower monthly car payments. So make this the year you get backed by Morse. Shop an amazing selection of vehicles with unbeatable deals, all backed by Morse. Find a location nearest you and go to edmorse.com today. But remember, you're only backed by Morse when you buy from Morse.
The OBBs are very proud to welcome LifeWallet to our family in 2022. This revolutionary technology is changing the game in the medical field. The LifeWallet app locates and structures your medical records in one secure location, so you can access them easily and efficiently. Currently, your medical records are inconveniently stored by healthcare providers across multiple platforms. The hurdle we as consumers face with the current structure is that these systems do not interconnect. The solution? LifeWallet facilitates the interconnectivity of your entire medical history, from birth to present day. Download the app today at either the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. LifeWallet. The time is now.
One thing the OBB fam adores is a quality beer. No one better to get it from than South Florida's own The Tank Brewing. Located at 5100 Northwest 72nd Avenue in Miami, they've got 25,000 square feet of liquid innovation happening, 16 taps, and a great kitchen. If you can't get down to the brewery for a pint or a tour, you can find their product on the shelves of your local Publix or Total Wine. So go grab a six-pack of Loca or La Playita or Frank the Tank and pop one open as you listen to an episode of the Orange Bowl Boys. The Tank Brewing, the official bar of the OBB.
Coming to you from the middle of Canes country, you're listening to the #1 rated football podcast in the Dominican Republic.
Hola.
These are the Orange Bowl Boys.
Brought to you by Ed Morse. Join the 1.75 million people that have been backed by Morse. With the price protection promise, Ed Morse will match any competitor's price or refund you up to $7,500.
Here's Toast, Roman, and Scoop.
Welcome to the Mario era, Chapter 19.
19 de Mario. De Mario. 19. It's nueve. Nueve is like new, I think, too. We have new things going on.
Yeah, we're gonna get into all of that very, very shortly. How you doing there, Scoopy?
Brilliant.
Folks, let me just tell you, we're looking at the screen, and it just looks like Scoop is bringing all the energy this evening.
Yep. Energy vampire. Attached onto the neck.
I'm here with a vengeance.
I'm guessing that you are feeling like me and wishing that the week was already over here at this stage.
I don't know. I wish today was over. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But I'm happy to be with you guys. Look, I tell you, it's the highlight of my day or week or whatever it may be is to be with the two of you and to talk about nonsense. So I'm good. I'm happy to be here. I'll liven up here. It's just, whatever.
Normally we would do a little banter about what's going on in our lives and stuff, but we're going to put that off until later in the show because we have to get down to Green Tree because we've been sitting on a friggin' announcement for like the better part of a week, and we have to just get this over with. I'm not good with secrets. Like, let's just go. So if you guys are good, we're going to head on down to Green Tree. Let's do this thing.
Line 72, line 800.
Let's go. All right, this is insanely cool. You guys know that we announced that we had a bit of a change. Our boy Gio went on to other things, so he's no longer doing the OBB Recruiting Pod. So we had to go ahead and find someone to not only replace him, but just kind of raise it up a notch and do, you survive and you advance. You always improve upon what you had last. And so we are very, very excited because we're bringing something new to this space. The brand new host for the OBB Recruiting Pod. Let's welcome to the show right now, Leeds.
Thank you. It's awesome to be a part of this.
So, for those of you curious, why this is groundbreaking for us is because we are bringing, as you can see, Leeds is a she. And we are bringing a female into this space. And there isn't a female in this space outside of Susan and Christy, but those are like reporters, right? There's no...
And I don't know if you know this or not, but you've been very kind in the social media sphere. And if you say hashtag OBB, you know exactly what that means. And the last B is boys. Mm-hmm. Well, there's not all boys here.
Nope. We're going OBG.
OBG.
No,
OBG.
OBG for the recruiting pod.
Yes.
And listen, we're going to have a little fun with it because somebody put a hashtag OBG and somebody else put YN. So we're fine with it. Listen, we're numbskulls. We got the collective humor of a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. So hashtag OBG. Welcome, Leeds.
I can't believe there's a woman that actually wants to deal with us on a weekly basis.
Yeah. I mean, look, here's a little bit behind the curtains. I mean, for me, I'm not in forums. I'm never in forums. But my understanding is that Leeds herself has quite a contingent within some certain forums and a certain knowledge base that intrigued us. So when we had some interviews and we sat down and we listened to her give her insight and drop the information, I mean, how do you say no? Like it blew our minds. Honestly, it was brilliant stuff. So I'm stoked, man. This is fun. New ground. It's new ground in the recruiting world.
You alluded to it.
Yeah, I allude to things.
You alluded to it. Mm-hmm. I think it's a perfect segue because...
Well, I had to beep you out last week when you said, they'll need a ponytail.
Well, I knew you were going to beep it out. You're a great producer. It's like kind of what you do. I mean, it's kind of my way of like, hey, here you go. You got to bleep that out.
Get to work.
I think we're just going to let her have the floor and she can kind of preview what her wheelhouse is going to be. So, Toast... ask away.
Yeah, so all right, so Leeds, so talk to us. You're now going to be the host of the OBB Recruiting Pod. Give us your vision for that. What can folks expect to hear when they download that and listen?
I think the big thing is that I'm looking to just be no nonsense. I know there's a lot of hedging in this space lately, and a lot of people who are just like, oh, well, I heard this from, another national, side. So, for example, 247 likes to bounce off of Rivals, and Rivals likes to bounce off of 0-3. I talk directly to the players. I talk directly to people that are involved with the 7-on-7 crowd. And so my information is going to come from just a different direction. I'm not looking to bounce information off of anyone else who is, I don't know, you would call them accredited. My information comes from the grassroots.
Well, grassroots, green tree, it's all green, right? We're like, it's Green New Deal. There you go. So it's Green New Deal on the recruiting thing. There you go. That's all the Green New. So I have a question.
Sure.
So obviously we made some portal news. Obviously Mario Cristobal put an emphasis in the trenches. Did so this week. I mean, we got, somebody coming in from Maryland. We got somebody coming in from WVU. We had somebody coming in from USC earlier.
UCLA,
UCLA. Good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, though, because when I'm watching film leads, I still see a little gaping hole, maybe on the outside with some maybe wide receiver speed. Maybe are we going to get lucky there?
Yeah, so after we finally got everything official with Jackson, I was told about an hour later that we had already moved on to getting that wide receiver one, and it was something that I was told 2 weeks back, right before we actually had that spring game, that Gaddis wasn't super happy with the speed, and he wasn't happy with the physicality that his wide receivers were showing. We have guys that can make plays, right? But what we're missing is that wide receiver one. Now, last year, that was, of course, Charleston Rambo. And Jacoby George, I love the kid, and I think, honestly, he has a very good chance to be better than Rambo. But right now, we lack that guy. And Mario knows that, Gaddis knows that, and so very quickly, they decided, okay, we've got to go out and we've got to find that, that game breaker, that guy who can, if you give him single coverage, he's going to beat it all day. So you have to bracket him. And that's going to go really well with what we have. We're going to be very tight end heavy. So having that sort of wide receiver is very important.
It's interesting that you bring that up too, Leeds, because I had this discussion and I was in a space the other day, and I said that you got to go back to 2 years ago when we had two wonderful tight ends, and we featured the 12 set a lot, which was one running back, two tight ends. We had Brevin Jordan and Will Mallory. But we ran into a buzzsaw when we played Clemson, and we had some issues winning on the outside. And that's when they got Charleston Rambo, because even the previous staff, and Rhett Lashley, obviously the offensive coordinator, and you see how it revolutionary it became. You saw how it just radically changed. There was a transformation of the offense. We had this ability to put the foot on the gas and take those deep shots on the one-on-one avenues on the outside. And I think what you're telling me now, if we continue to target wide receivers in the portal, they're sensing the same thing, because you don't want to default and you don't want to go back to 2 years ago, right? You don't want to have that where you feel limited on the outside, because Leeds, that's some of the easiest points, right? That's some of the easiest points. You get a touchdown over the top, 1v1. You saw Charleston Rambo have the aptitude to do it last year. I mean, good stuff. Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Is the guy going to be a burner? That's all I want to know.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Okay.
Yes. He's okay. So, if you want to go way back to, I believe it was late December, early January, I heard that Mario Williams was going to enter the portal from Oklahoma. And I said then that was a type of wide receiver that I knew Miami wanted to go after. And I knew that Mario Williams had some interest in getting down to Miami, but like everyone else, he was a little tentative about it, because at that point you're talking about, we had 3 coaches, I think. Mm-hmm. So, we had no wide receivers coach, we had no offensive coordinator. So it was one of those things where he's the kind of guy that they want, and they touched base with Mario, and they tried to get him down here for an official visit. But it's one of those things where I think that he knew he wanted to go to USC, and he played around with the other schools, and there was genuine interest between Mario and Miami. But again, not having that staff in place, we didn't really have much of a chance. But now, with everybody in place, Gaddis being one of the biggest names you're going to find when it comes to a wide receiver style coach, we've got guys that have been breaking down the door since, I would say, the middle of April. So, again, about a week or so ago. I think they saw the spring game, and I think that from both angles, both the players and the coaches, they realize, hey, we need this type of guy. And there is one guy, he's not the one that I have heard, but I will give you a comparison. Cody Jackson from Oklahoma. He's a deep ball specialist. He's not extremely physical, but he's such a fast and elusive wide receiver that if you try to put one guy on him, he's going to burn him all day. CeeDee Lamb style. So very, very similar build. And that's the type of guy that you're looking for. Again, not saying he is the guy, but he's the model you're looking for. A deep ball threat who can just open it up open up the middle of the field and give your other wide receivers who are, we have good wide receivers, give them an opportunity for one-on-one.
Correct. I mean, there's a reason why the Dolphins just paid a boatloads of money for Tyreek Hill. Those guys those guys are rare to find and hard to find, but they change how your offense operates. So I'm looking forward to it. I really think that's going to be a missing piece. I think they they went in the portal, grabbed a linebacker, maybe get another linebacker soon, because I think all Miami fans leads, maybe you agree or disagree, that's basically what we were looking at, right? We were like, hey, if we can upgrade the trenches a little bit, get some linebacker, and then we realize that the wide receiver needs help. So it looks like Mario's addressing those things. He listens to the people. By the way, I don't know if you know this, he listens to this show. Manny Diaz used to listen to this show. He used to do it on his long runs around Miami. He listened to us constantly, and we knew people were listening. Mario listens to it too at 3 a.m. in the morning. He's one of the first people to download this lead. So
awesome.
Hey Mario, what's up? Keep killing it, my dude. You're my guy. All right, Bustelo boys, let's go.
Here's the problem. See, Manny was more of a passive listener. He was listening, but he wasn't listening to what we were saying, or else, Rousseau would have started early. He'd probably still have a job. That's a little bit of a difference there. So let me ask you this. See, we're talking about linebackers leads. Obviously, we got Caleb Johnson, who came in. I know that there's a talk, the Gentry kid went into the portal, but then there was also news over the last couple of days. What is going on with Wesley? I know he was in this just this awful car accident that took the life of another guy. He was a passenger, but that he hurt his foot or ankle. And have you heard about a status for that?
To my knowledge, it's simply a cut. It's a gash, and it definitely will have a recovery time for it because he did have to have stitches, but it isn't anything structural. And to my knowledge, he's not going to miss any significant time. Okay.
Because there were folks that were saying,
everybody was assuming the worst. I mean, like, one of the first things I was texted was I heard Wesley broke his leg, and I'm like, what? I was like, I need to check that out. So I did, and I was told it could have been something broken. And then more and more information came out, and then finally it was like, no, it was a gash. So yeah.
Okay. Scoop. Boom. Anything?
I'm even saying a bang. Big Joe's like really putting a hurting on my hashtag there. I said boom because he says it's bang.
Yeah,
bang.
I know. He keeps dropping the hammer, the boom.
I mean, it's good. He's like, I don't have that hand motion when he just goes, I'm Big Joe, and I just want to say live and seize the day. Boom. Like, it's quicker. Yeah. Boom. And, like, I don't know. That's more like John Madden. See, John Madden
tough acting,
Tenactin. Boom,
boom.
There you go.
Hey, I'm John Madden. Boom. But, I got to, like, come up with, like, a little hand thing now for bang. All right, whatever.
Okay.
And we digress.
Yes.
All right, well, Leeds, what is the schedule? When do you think you're going to drop the first episode of the Recruiting Pod starring Leeds?
So, my plan is to start it tomorrow. I'm really hoping we get some concrete, let's see, what do we call it? Progression when it comes to the remaining targets. Because you did mention linebacker, and we do have our eyes on a couple of linebackers. And maybe they come, maybe they don't. Gentry, I know Miami is still trying to get an official visit set up with him. The word coming out of USC is that they feel confident, but he did not commit to them. So it's one of those situations where it's like, okay, yeah, they feel confident, but he didn't commit, so he's probably going to take other visits. But
probably going back to Arizona State.
Yeah, Florida was feeling pretty confident about Darrell Jackson as well.
Yes, they were, exactly. But we'll see where that goes. I wouldn't say that Gentry is realistic at this particular juncture, but a lot of that comes from the fact that there are other guys that Miami has looked at for a longer period of time. And I want to see, hopefully, some resolutions on that front before I drop my podcast. But hey, if they don't happen, then I can tiptoe around it. I'm decent about making sure only the relevant information is out there.
All right. Sweet. Well, Leeds, we are thrilled to have you under the OBB fam umbrella, and cannot wait for the first episode of the OBB Recruiting Pod with Leeds, and you will love the new logo that's going to drop along with that. Scoop did a phenomenal job, and so let's get at it, Leeds.
Hey!
Thank you. And
Welcome
yes,
aboard.
Hashtag OBG.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah. Listen, we needed to get the lady out of here before we start talking about our balls. So, guys, this is very cool for us. So, this is the first time. This is the first time a major company's ever come to us and given us the promo code OBB. So we got to thank our crew over there at Manscaped because they went ahead and they delivered it. And so here's what's going on. There's now a promo code that's going to be working for the next month at Manscaped. OBB is going to get you 20% off whatever you order and free worldwide shipping. Okay? OBB.
What?
Yes. Now, they sent us little goodie bags.
Yeah.
They did.
They sent us ball toner.
Yes.
They did.
Ball odorant.
But,
Love it.
and look, I mean, I'm looking at the ball toner and the ball odor. I'm thinking to myself, man, that's some pretty good stuff. Now, I have clippers. I've had clippers for years. Right?
Yes.
Not like this stuff.
No.
Like,
You know they're waterproof.
they are waterproof.
Well, and here's the important thing you need to realize that for those of us that use clippers, like I use a clipper for my head sometimes or for my goatee.
Yeah.
I don't want to use that same clipper on my boys. There's a mental thing there. I want to have a clipper for downstairs and a clipper for upstairs. And the clipper that Manscaped has done for downstairs is specifically made for downstairs. There's a little light on it.
The lawnmower.
It's got a light on
called
it.
the Lawnmower 4.0 with a light in case you
It is
decide
the
to go
fourth
ahead and
generation
trim the
trimmer.
in the dark.
Yes.
And listen, I'm gonna be dead honest. I applaud that because it reduces nicks too. You see like the guard on it, and you just feel safer with it in your hands because I've had some bad shaving experiences.
Well, it seems like it's a little bit more like a plastic material as opposed to like that steel.
Yes.
Right.
You know, where you'd prefer not to have the steel clippers.
So here's the deal.
So I love it. I love it. I've already used it. It's awesome.
Everything we're talking about is in the Performance Package 4.0. It will have the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, the Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a little dock kit bag so you can carry all your stuff when you're going on a trip or whatever. Just throw all those Manscaped deals in that bag, put it in your suitcase, and you are good to go. It is the Performance Package 4.0.
Guys, honestly, it's the perfect men's hygiene bundle. Like it comes in a box, a beautiful box.
Yeah.
Right? Over 4 million men worldwide trust Manscaped. You should trust Manscaped. I now trust Manscaped. Exclusive offer. OBB gets you 20% off, like Toast said, worldwide shipping. I'm pretty good at math. If I'm accurate here, that's like over 8 million balls.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Like 8 million balls.
8 million happy balls.
Yes.
Satisfaction.
Yes.
Happy balls.
Yes, and I've actually used it, and my balls actually thanked me.
Thank you,
They
Toast.
thanked me.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
What?
There you go. Yeah.
What?
That was just.
Thank you, Toast.
Those are my balls saying
Wow.
thank you. Here, Toast balls.
Thank you, Toast.
There you go. Saying thank you.
Unbelievable.
So I literally, and I got a shirt. Did you guys get
got the shirt?
I
too?
did, yes.
Yeah, I got the shirt. So I literally take it out of the box. And I go, hey, Franco, my little 10-year-old son, and I hold out the shirt and I show it to him because, you know what, he has a set of balls too. And he's like, your balls will thank you? And I'm like, yes, they will. When you get old enough, you can have your Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer too.
Manscaped.com. Manscaped.com. OBB as a promo code. You got to put it in there. You're not getting 20% off.
And listen,
OBB gets you 20%.
You guys would know, isn't Father's Day coming up?
In June.
Yeah, so, supply chain issues might be time to, get
Order
those
early.
orders in. Yeah.
You can be all trimmed up for the U.S. Open.
Ladies, we made a huge announcement on the hashtag OBG front. You guys have some men who might need some manscaping.
Yes.
Little subtle hint, for the ladies of the OBB. use the same promo code, #OBB 20%, and that's a great Father's Day gift. I think Mando's wife, that'd probably be a good gift
It would
for
be
Mando.
a good gift from Mando.
It would
Yeah.
be. Mando
Your
Commando.
balls will thank you, buddy.
Yep. What would his balls say to him, Toast?
Thank you, Toast.
Would it? Would they, huh? I was thinking gracias, but you want to go there, that's fine too.
All right, we got to talk about some other stuff. We got Canes Hoops, got some players, boys. Transfer portal, working for basketball as well.
Transfer portal, back in full force,
It really
huh?
is transfer portal, absolutely. And TPU is what it is. Well, that's like toilet paper use, maybe not TPU. But Norchad Omier, the Sun Belt Player of the Year at Arkansas State, and the big one, Kansas State guard Nigel Pack, first team All Big 12. And the reason why this one is so big, because the minute it happens, our boy John Ruiz tweets out that LifeWallet signed Nigel Pack to a 2-year NIL deal for $800,000, $400,000 per year. And then Dan Ravel jumped in.
Of course he did.
He got nothing better to do in his life. Yeah. So serious moves being made, man. Serious national hatred for Miami, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse too. It's really wild to me, and I guess and I'm not in a bad way. I was taken aback by that to an extent because I'm like, man, okay, so now we're announcing the deals, which I guess is totally okay, obviously, or else they wouldn't be doing it.
It's marketing.
So it is. So then I thought to myself, wait. Oh, that's great. Good, nice job. Right. I mean, because now you're talking about the marketing. You're making it public.
They got over 3 million impressions on that tweet.
No, I think it's up to like 5.
Oh, it's up to like 5 now? Okay.
Yeah. So for me, I'm like, wow, that's quite a. And then we were talking about, look, Miami's, you're not going to be able to hang with Miami and the NIL stuff, and Miami's got the big guns as far as being a metropolitan city and certain donors and so on and so forth and blah 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 blah. Right, the companies that are willing to spend in a market like this, and you're like, yeah, I believe that. I don't know how real that is in comparison. You got these boosters at Bama and Oklahoma State and blah, blah, blah can shell out money as well. But I don't think technically boosters can do it. It's companies, right? Mm-hmm. So now you're seeing it like, holy hell, like this is real. Mm-hmm. Like real, huh?
This is
no
absolutely
joke.
Real. I don't want to steal the thunder, but I had an opportunity to talk with an OBB Legend contributor today, and he's touching on this article, and this is Jake, and not Jake from State Farm, Jake from OBB Legend. He's cooler. Jake from State Farm's cool too. No disrespect.
Can we talk about the Legend real quick? Just for nothing?
Yeah, because this is going to be a topic on the Legend. But go ahead.
The Legend account. You see the Legend Twitter account? Mm-hmm. Exploding. Jason up there.
Yeah.
Is crushing it.
That a boy, Jay.
Yeah. I mean, that account gets more interaction than ours in the last 2 weeks.
At OBB Legend, boys and girls. That's where it's all. Listen, that account, if everything goes well, that account is going to be bigger than the OBB account.
I don't think so.
You better hope so.
You better hope so, bro.
No. Uh-huh. Yeah, I like the OBB one.
Well, I know. The OBB one. I know.
Well, we have our OBB account. We can do whatever we want on it. I'd like for the Legend to overtake us.
Yeah.
Because then I can sit back and sip on my tequila and be all happy
about it. That's part of the retirement plan, Ro.
That's correct. Now, but the Legend's coming along, and man, the contributors and the stuff I've read and everything else. But Jay, keep doing it. I love the simplicity of it. I love the interactive allure of what you're doing on that account. If you guys aren't following it, Toast gave it to you. OBB Legend. It's awesome.
But going back to something that Jake's going to allude to in one of the articles at the OBB Legend at launch is essentially what you're looking at, boys, is you're looking at major leagues and the minor leagues. I mean, some of these teams now, like you get the Sun Belt Player of the Year, right? Or you get Kansas State. Good team. Michael Beasley came from there. I don't know if you know that, but Played for the Heat. You can't state they're they can produce some ballers, but
He was good, bro. Number 3 overall.
now that star that you have, that you could have been a 3-star dude that just develops into that mega star. Now you're just going to get swallowed up by the major league team because they're literally come in and say, hey, what can you do for me? NIL. I don't want to play for free. I want to benefit off my name, image, and likeness. And we knew it. We knew as soon as that law got signed into effect, right? And then Florida jumped on board, it would change, and Miami would be the benefactor. We tried to tell you earlier that Miami would be the benefactor because what we make up in alumni base, we make up in a major metropolitan city with a lot of business aptitude. And people succeed and thrive down here. That's what they do. A lot of our alumni are successful people. John Ruiz is a successful billionaire person, and he's not stupid. You cannot put a price tag on the impressions he's getting. Nobody knew what LifeWallet was, and obviously Scoop reads a brilliant ad before this show about LifeWallet. Everybody in Miami market now, if you're attached to social media, knows what LifeWallet is. It's a brilliant, beautiful strategy by Mr. Ruiz, attaching these kids who are benefiting from it. They're learning life skills, and it's drastically changed. So now this is why the rivals are pissed, boys, and this is why we're stuffing Billy in a locker. I follow you guys on social. I know what you post. We're stuffing Billy in a locker because now you have the recruiter and Mario and his staff, and now you have the backing. And you also have the Wolf, who's allowing and constructing this groundswell, right? He's the guy who put the left on the U-turn, and that's what made the decision and the strategy and how to get this done. And it's just merging into this like synergistic gold right now, and people are scared because they hate Miami.
Listen, man, it's an unstoppable machine right now. It's absolutely insane. All the gears are working together. They're all oiled up. As I tweeted out earlier in the week, it's as if Mario's trying to erase 20 years of ineptitude in 6 months.
And my goodness, if you're going to, this is the way you would do it, right? I mean, we've been wallowing in the quagmire collective mud for years and years and years. But now you want to tell me, and let me ask you a question. Let me pose this to you. We always applauded Manny for like the portal champion, right? The portal champion. And I was willing to concede that Manny was going to be the portal champion, but it's not even close. Even Mario's
dude. So let's not let something go unnoticed, which is Mario. If you guys remember, what's his name up in Michigan State got what did he get? $90 million or something? Signed a $90 million deal off of one off-season turned season to where they got to number 3 in the country last year. That off-season was made possible by a gentleman at Michigan State who ran the portal, essentially. What'd Mario do? He hired him. And he brought him here.
Yeah.
And now you see the portal being what the portal is here, just like you saw it at Michigan State last year. That dude, and unfortunately, I can't remember his name, so I apologize, sir. But bravo, because clearly you're really good at your job.
Very good. Now, I want to merge the two. We talked about Mario's recruiting prowess, and then obviously what we're doing in the portal. And I got to give a shout out to Lasso. He's a habitual. I love what he does to rivals, but I'm taking it from one of his tweets. Basically, if Mario's not here, and you got to attribute Mario to these next group of names, including recruits and portal. Ready? Cyrus Moss, Nigel Lee Kelly. By the way, I had the pleasure to talk with Nigel Lee Kelly's mom the other day. Wonderful person. Great story. I love listening to her. Skinner, Citizen, Ahmad Moten, Daryl Jackson, Messidor, Dennis, Ogude, Daryl Porto, Sagopolo, Henry Parrish, and Frank Ladson. How are we doing? Listen to some of those portal names and listen to some
all
of those
in
recruits.
The portal.
Some of those guys, those last, and I love the fact you're talking about Cyrus Moss, Nigel Lee Kelly, and Skinner, and definitely Citizen, because those four in particular, I don't think they're here with the previous.
No, they're not.
With the previous.
Oh, zero chance.
Zero chance.
Zero chance. Any of these
Cyrus
guys.
basically told
They'll
us
tell
that.
you that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Cyrus
verbatim.
had- yeah.
But I'm talking about given the opportunity.
And what about
to do it.
Jakari?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Jakari, by the way, no, I don't think I can say that.
collected-
Never mind.
He was committed to both the staff, but Mario was able to go ahead and
No, I was going to say he had 1 foot here.
and 1 foot out.
I wasn't going to say that.
You didn't. I did. How are you? You said you weren't going to say it. You didn't say it. So it's not
I
your
didn't.
problem.
I didn't say it. Anyway,
All right.
So anyway, he ended up here, but it's because Mario was here.
Yeah. No, it's been insane. It's, as I said, I mean, every day we're getting good news. Like we're not, like, I honestly, I mean, when I'm looking at the losses that FSU and UF fans are having to explain to themselves and rationalize.
Yeah.
It's like, but I
Nobody in college
guilty,
football has a take for that.
But I feel guilty because it's like, I'm not feeling any of that. Mario gets whoever he wants.
No.
And you know what the crazy part is? The NCAA can't say boo about it.
No, look at the way he's standing
can't
down.
say
He's retiring.
anything.
Mark Emmer's done. Yeah.
It's amazing they can go about
Right?
and do what they got to do, and nobody can do anything about it.
Nope.
It's long overdue, right? You knew.
I mean, it is the wild, wild west.
is.
Awesome.
It is.
Like,
It is.
it
The
is
greatest
nuts.
thing in sports
It
in
is.
my lifetime.
And let's not pretend, right? Nick Saban, I always say this. You're the greatest college coach in my generation. I don't think I'll see another. I applaud you. But you're Lance Armstrong. You were doping. There's no way in hell that you got all your players free and clear and not with booster help. What you're doing under the table, Miami's doing it with just Miami flair and bravado on top of the table. You can't convince me otherwise. You could go on a stand, put your head on the good book, and I know you're going to lie through it, but yes, you paid players. Shut the hell up. You're still the greatest coach. It still takes talent. Like, listen, these big three eras in basketball, these big mega teams, Eric Spoelstra teaches you that, hey, Miami Heat, good job, by the way. You swept 4-1. And take, for all the superlatives Jason got earlier about, 4-1, for all the superlatives you were given, Jason, about running our OBB Legend account, your team sucked, Jason. You got 4-1. That's still a sweep to me. Anyway, but
I was thinking to myself, is he going to go back to this or no? Well done. You swept up your mess.
I swept up the mess, and boy, did
There
I
you
just
go.
go down an endless loop of rabbit holes that I'm even confused on where I started.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Mark Emmerick is
it's
gone.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it. Suck it, losers.
All right, so-
there you go.
So you're talking about how well Mario's doing in recruiting and all this. So this is an interesting little blurb. ESPN's latest mock draft, because the NFL draft is happening this week. Only one Kane being drafted, and that is Rambo in the 7th round. This is a 1-year transfer that came in, and I was looking back and just seeing the depth, the absolute lack of the dearth of talent that were graduating to the NFL. And my question for you, for both of you, was the 2018 recruiting class the most disappointing of that decade in terms of what we got out of it? I mean,
I don't remember who was in it.
that was Lingard was your number 5. What was your top recruit?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, that was. I mean, the only. I mean, Gil Frierson was part of that, so he's still possibly But outside of that,
I just like I told everybody else in 2018, Lingard wasn't a 5-star. He wasn't even close. But you
did
see
say
that
Cam
now.
Harris was better.
Cam Harris was
better.
in that class. I mean, you had Silva, Nesta. I mean, none of them go into the league.
I think we love to hype up our players, especially when they have 4-star pedigree on it. But, seeing at the level that Mario recruits kids now, you realize there's another level, right?
Well, it's just a different 4-star.
It's exactly. It's
a different category of the same amount of stars.
Mm-hmm. It's like 4 low and 4 high. You call them a 4-star, and it doesn't matter. But it seems to me the recruits that really, really matter are the ones that everybody is on. And I'm listening. A lot of the recruits you just named, there was a lot of people on them. I'm not saying that, but like Miami, I don't think ever had the chance with like a Jerry Jeudy in the past, right? That was
right.
That's the guy I'm talking about. Like there was you knew he was going to be great, and Miami legitimately, 6 p.m. maybe they have a shot last second. Ron Dugans could get him to come down here, but it never happened. It's because Nick Saban paid the kid.
That's correct.
Sorry, Nick. But
he doesn't care. It's legal.
I know he doesn't care, but it's ruining the game.
Statute of limitations. He's well past it.
Well past it. But I think now Miami has the chance at those style recruits. I mean, every time you turn around, there's been more 5 stars on campus at the University of Miami for visits, unofficial, official, what have you. In Mario's tenure here than probably the last 4 coaches combined, and they're gonna get some of those kids. They're gonna get some. They of those
are, and I'm gonna give you a perfect example of how a mindset changes based on kind of what Mario's doing. Right? There's a particular 5-star kid who's been on campus numerous times. Right? And he's not coming here. Everybody knows he's not coming here, and that's totally okay. Here's the difference in mindset. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that he isn't coming here. Because they know that Mario's going to do whatever he wants and get somebody that's comparable and get his own 5 stars or 4 high 4s, whatever it is. But before, oh, my God. I mean, in the past 10 or 15 years, you can't lose that 5-star. See, that's why we suck, because that 5-star doesn't come. Now, I don't care. Couldn't care less if he came here or not, because you're comfortable with the fact that you know that Mario knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Definitely
100%.
recruiting.
It's
just different.
It is different. No, it is. There is a relaxation of just knowing that, listen, Mario's going to get whoever Mario wants. He's going to target his guys, not who he's going to go after. And I think when a lot of guys, a lot of folks were losing when Fletcher went ahead and made the commitment a couple of weeks ago. But it's like, bro, like Mario's going to get the running back that he wants. He's going to get him.
A byproduct, and I'm thinking about this now, listening to like the feverish pitch of the fans and just how well we're doing in the portal and the coaching staff. This puts a monumental. I don't think I've seen a coach with as much pressure now to win than Mario, and Mario's okay with it. You want to know why Mario's okay with it? Because that's a guy that doesn't seem like he's going to really be affected by the pressure to win because he knows he has it. And I love the fact and you heard Leeds before. You come in and say you get a game-changing, speed-changing wide receiver, and then you get maybe an impact linebacker, and then the holes on your roster aren't perceivably there like they were a few months ago. You're going to get some coastal predictions. You are, right? And every coach who's had that here has folded under the pressure, right? Completely folded. I like what's going on, and the byproduct is Mario has so much more pressure on him. And I think he's going to do just fine.
Well, here's the interesting thing. Obviously, Mario has a ton of pressure on him that he has put on himself because he wants to achieve a level of excellence, and that's awesome. Exactly.
Yeah, now,
because right now, I mean, there's no there's no hot seat. Like he is sitting on a gigantic block of ice right now in terms of job security. Right there's so I mean, it would take, in my mind, with the commitment they've already made, it would take basically 5 years of some pretty big losses and underperforming for it to get to that sort of a point. And so it's not even, but in his mind, Mario, you can tell he wants to win right now, bro. He wants to win the ACC this year. He wants to come right out of the gate, get a coastal in his first year, and play in the ACC championship game every single year. That's his goal in his head. You know it.
And it's doable, right?
Yes.
Because you got to look at the landscape. Listen, Duke just went through a head coaching change, right? That's going to take a while. That's a guy who doesn't have the pressure to win right now. He's not trying to win right now. He's going to have to build up his roster. It's an unproven first-year head coach. UVA just went through a head coaching change. You turn around, Georgia Tech lost their playmaking running back to Alabama with money. Way to go, Nick. Seems to be a theme here. You turn around, they're kind of wallowing a little bit as well. Virginia Tech just had a head coaching change. You have UNC, they're relatively intact. They might get actually better because Cyril's left them. So that might be a harder out for the University of Miami. But they don't have Sam Howell at quarterback anymore. So UVA, they're going to be formidable. I mean, you have Brendan Armstrong back. Yep. But again, some coaching change there as well. They have some roster turnover as well. They typically play Miami tough. So up and down the coastal, you either have a new head coach, a new quarterback, some kind of coaching change, or a loss of a big impact player, right? Miami had a coaching change, yes, but it's a proven coaching change. I can't say that about the rest of the ACC coaching staff's moves that they made. Those are unproven moves, right? Don't know if Tony Elliott's going to be good. But Mario Cristobal went out to Oregon, P5 program, won conference championships, can recruit at a high level, was the best recruiter at Oregon. He's the more proven commodity of the new. And you ask me, Miami's improved their roster from last year, right? I don't think we could debate that. Miami's improved their roster from last year, not got worse. So if they got the better coaching staff and they got the better players, I think Mario sensed that we can win now, and he's trying.
Well, and how about this? Because we were all, in unison, and for those of you that are unaware, there is a deadline for entering the portal that is Friday afternoon to be able to play this coming season immediately without having to get a waiver from the NCAA. So you can still enter after Friday, but then you got to get a waiver and do all that crap. But we were all very on the record that after the spring game, we were going to see a decent little chunk, 5, 7, 8 players go into the portal, and we've seen
over
2.
9,
huh?
Over 9.
Yeah, and we've seen 2. We had Cody Brown and Tariq Austin-Cave. Unless I'm missing one, and there's only like a day and a half left. I'm amazed that so many of these guys are buying in.
Well, see, that it certainly lends credence, right, to what Mario has in a very short time built down there, that these kids don't want to leave.
No.
And it's pretty wild. Now, purely speculative, I would think that he might talk to some of them and say, hey, because now they're going to be over the scholarship limit. So he may talk to some of them and say, hey, you might want to peek around a little bit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it certainly shows that the kids, even though they're third or fourth string, they want to be here because they see what is being built. They want to be part of that championship mentality. So it's interesting. We are way under that number right now.
What are we?
I still think it gets there, but it's going to happen pretty quick.
How many guys do we have to lose to get for roster reasons?
2 currently.
I think we're
saw
at 88.
numbers. I thought 87 was the number. We could be wrong.
I think the guy yesterday added 88 or today.
So we got to get to
87
85,
or 88
right?
now. Yeah, we got to get down to 85 scholarship players.
But I also don't know the logistics of the fact that we still had COVID year guys.
So they allowed a little overage.
I don't know. Yeah. All right. It's remarkable. It's fucking awesome.
It is
fun.
It's so fucking great, dude. It's
fun.
So insane. It's like we get whatever we want. It's like sitting on Santa's lap and just getting whatever you ask for.
Yeah.
It's great.
I want that
Tom
rifle.
Hanks and Big, just make a wish
Right?
and get it.
Yeah. There you go.
I want to be big.
Got to throw a little love
kid.
to our Miami Hurricanes baseball squad. Although a little bit of a rust patch. Two losses in a row now, guys. Let's not let this become a thing.
Yesterday.
They lost. They won the weekend series against Pitt, but they lost the game on Sunday, and then they lost to Stetson. Their first midweek loss since back of that UCF game.
Second total all year when they lost to Lovelady, and you started praising the Lovelady.
There you go.
And now
it's better than every week last year.
Florida's stacked. Florida's one of the baseball capitals of the world. Stetson, that's home of Jacob deGrom.
Yeah, but they suck this year.
Stetson
They're under 500.
I know, but they can always play ball.
They suck, but they can play ball. I mean, Jacob deGrom. First of all, fun Jacob deGrom story and fun fact. Started off as a shortstop at Stetson. Dad wasn't happy when they moved him to pitcher. Dad, you're a dumbass because he became the best pitcher in the bigs. Chris Sale went to Florida Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
So these are guys that play for Florida, smaller schools, if you will, but you still have the capability of having somebody on a Wednesday starter hump it, And they're going to throw your ace. These smaller schools are going to throw their ace on the Wednesday night when we're throwing. We throw Garland. He's not in our Friday, Saturday, or Sunday rotation. Probably a little different game if you start Palmquist, let's just be honest. And that's kind of the trap with these midweek games. But we'll see what happens. Hey, with the abolishment of the NCAA on the horizon, yeah, I said it, I would love to see baseball finally get the full scholarship amounts that they deserve.
Nice.
It'd be nice, right?
Nice.
Now you want to sit there.
Wouldn't it?
Now you want to sit there and say, baseball's been effed, royally effed by the NCAA. And it's remarkable because it was after like a championship, then they come in there and then it's like, partial scholarships. And that's always been in terms of
Well, and
football,
also because Miami's
baseball,
more
but-
expensive than most universities.
No kidding. Right?
Jesus.
It's position mount for the University of Miami. Same tuition. A Florida kid could get a full football
Right.
kid could get a full scholarship, but a baseball kid can't? Really? And now you wonder why Florida has picked up, and Florida State. You're going to have a harder time keeping kids home. I mean, beating Florida and Florida State and losing them to Miami if that rule goes away. And I think we'll see it in our lifetime. It's going to be a scholarship amount. And it should be for any other school that does partial scholarships. It's bullshit.
I mean, I'd love to see, that's a perfect ability now for NIL to cover that amount for a baseball kid. You know what? To pick up that slack. Absolutely.
And believe it or not, that's what Vanderbilt does because people always compare, well, Vanderbilt's doing really good, Roe, and they're a private school. Why does Miami have that excuse? Because they have a huge endowment at Vandy, and it's used to offset a lot of the fact that they have a huge tuition base, so they could still get away with giving partial to scholarships. But you're fooling yourself if you think like a Jameel Rocker paid for stuff. He didn't. Okay,
bro. Vanderbilt might be private as well, but I'm pretty sure undergrad wise is significantly larger than UM.
Yeah, but bigger endowment. They help offset some things. So you're kind of referencing they do it a different way than the NIL, but they do it with their endowment.
All right, before we get into Roe's favorite part of this podcast, the 5 questions, we got to talk about our boy beating the bookie. Just continues to cash in winners. He's been riding the NHL, and the playoffs are about to start, Scoop. Like, he's been riding the Panthers hard.
Yeah, I mean, just killing the last 10 days. I mean, since Christmas with the NHL, if you just play every game, you're making a boatload of money. And then golf again last week, he had the...
Zurich?
The name of that? Zurich Open in Nolens. And he was up, I think, just shy of 6 units for that. Hit a max, hit a 2-unit, hit Horschel and Billy Ho and Burns really lit it up out there. Finished second, but hit a first round winner again. It's just crazy stuff, man. You guys, we say it every week. We'll continue to say it every week. NHL, the playoffs are coming up. You got the hockey golf into full swing heading into the summer, and then he's taking all his notes and he's going to get ramped up and ready for college football, NFL, and baseball. Starting to heat up.
Absolutely.
Starting to get his feet under him, starting to see what everyone's kind of doing out there. And those numbers are really starting to heat up. He's on the positive, I think, almost every day the last week on that. So beatingthebookie.com, at beatingthebookie on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram. He's giving out his free plays. You guys can jump in, get your stuff. Mexico Open is today. Starts this morning. I still think you might be able to get in. Go on and see if you can get that package for the weekend. Once the tournament starts, no golf plays for the weekend, the entire weekend. And he does give new plays every day for each day of the tournament. So you want to get in early. And remember, we drop this on Thursday mornings. So if you're listening to this, next week, when the packages come out, before you hear us on Thursday, just go get the package so we don't have to tell you. And then you're late and then you're pissed off because,
go get the package.
Speaking of the package.
And then you go ahead and, you make those bets at DraftKings. You go get the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Listen, Beating the Book is going to have NBA plays, and the NBA playoffs are in full effect. You can use promo code TPPN. Bet $5 on any NBA team to win their game during the first round of the playoffs and get $150 in free bets instantly. That's promo code TPPN. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
And if you have a gambling problem, Dial 1-800-ADMIT-IT. Now, I don't have a gambling problem, but you know what problem I do have? I like to shop online. But in one place in particular, Caneswear. It's addicting. It's extremely addicting. We're going first row tonight, boys. First hat, Miami Hurricanes Columbia PFG. It's a fishing hat. I love it.
I saw it.
I love it. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
I like it.
Then
Yeah,
the next
it's nice.
line, Inter Miami CF 2022 Adidas Heartbeat Creator T-shirt. Now I'm looking at this EKG. It looks like a normal sinus rhythm with a left bundle branch block because the QRS is definitely greater than 0.12. So yes, so that's an aberrantly conducted rhythm.
Is that a good thing?
For all those that are wondering, yeah,
We're
left
still
bundle
alive?
branch block. You basically decrease cardiac output by 20%. Don't ask me how I know all this stuff. And the next thing is a Miami Hurricanes 2022 Adidas on-field baseball hat because baseball is full swing, and then you get the men's and women more is possible T-shirts there for $25. And as always, Caneswear, 2511 South University Drive in Davie, Florida, 954-835-5597. And free shipping on orders over $90.90. Fastest shipping in the West.
Ooh-wee.
His cousin.
Any Mexico facts?
Don't go after his cousin. He pack a
Bang,
gun.
bang. Oh. Bang, bang.
Caneswear. 5 questions.
5 questions. All right, number 1, boys.
Shit.
Oh, I need to get my Hillary Clinton facts ready here.
Not seen these.
Scoop has not seen these. Oh, hold on. Let me pull up. I should have had them up already. I apologize.
Former Secretary of State. Madam Secretary.
Hold on. Trying to find a pen. I've not seen these. God dang it. I got to go fast.
All right, I got my HRC accomplishments up here, all ready to go. Yeah.
HRC.
Mm-hmm. Love my girl Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Rodham.
All right. Question number 1. What one subject do you absolutely give 0 fucks about?
Oh, we could go so many avenues here.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Scoop?
Politics.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my answers.
Okay.
Florida State football.
There you go.
Any of the Real Housewives.
Ooh. You win.
I don't care what city you're from. I don't give a fuck. And I don't want to hear about it.
Oh, that's good.
I don't
That's
care,
good.
man.
You win.
I don't care. All right. Number 2. What gets a lot of hate but deserves every bit of it?
Politics.
Damn it. You're 2 for 2. That's like going to be my answer. Florida State football.
See, I don't need to look at this stuff early.
Florida State football.
There we go.
High five, Scoop.
Oh, God. What gets a lot of hate but deserves every single bit of it? I would say, well, now I'm only thinking this because you said politics, asshole. The Westboro Baptist Church. Popped into my head. I don't know why. Yeah, those crazy assholes with the God hates fag signs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Those people. All right, boy. Question number 3. With the passing of Stan Lee and Betty White, who is America's token old person now?
Man.
I'm thinking Harrison. They're not as
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. Yeah.
I mean, I know he's old, but is he old? Do we think of him as old?
But when there's like token old person, he's not really funny though.
Yeah, that's like
you said Betty White. And
Stan Lee's not funny.
Stan Lee was funny. He had funny roles.
Yeah, he had
all
little
his
moments in the Marvel movies.
Yeah, so he was fun-loving. I wouldn't say Harrison Ford's fun-loving, badass, but he's definitely old.
So that kind of it kind of predicates the old person, but they got to be funny. They got to be like lively.
Well, or they have to be like lovable. Like you have to everyone loves them. Yeah. I got one.
You do?
I don't know if she's old enough.
It's a tough
though.
one.
Dolly
Right.
Parton?
Dolly Parton's a good one.
I mean, she's iconic.
Well, not old enough.
But I don't know how old she
She's
is.
older than Betty White.
Oh, she's in her. I think Dolly Parton's got to be like close to 80.
No, she'll be close to 90.
Really?
Let's see.
Look her up.
How old is she?
Easily in her
79.
80s.
She's 76.
88.
Yeah, she ain't old enough.
What?
She's 76. It's
That's
not old
it?
enough.
70. She's not old
76,
enough.
That's not old enough. Yeah, it's not old enough.
It's not old enough.
It isn't.
Oh,
I think you
man.
got to be like in your like late 80s, early 90s, right?
Absolutely.
How about like
Absolutely.
Bob Newhart? I saw a photo of him. He looks like he's been dead for 10 years already.
Yeah, right.
Oof.
Is Mel
Right.
Brooks still alive?
I think he is. Or did he? I can't. I know.
See, that's the problem. We don't even know if these people are living or not.
Because there's
No,
always
Mel
some-
Brooks, I think is he? Yeah, no, he's alive. He's
Yay,
alive.
Mel Brooks.
Yeah, he's 95.
There you go. I want to rescind my Harrison Ford for somebody more funny, and Mel Brooks is funny.
I'll go.
Whose
I'll
You know
go
humor,
my
with Mel
first-
Brooks.
whose humor could never pass in today's society.
Right. Right. No.
Oh my goodness.
My first thought to that question was Ryan Seacrest.
What?
I don't know. I feel like he's taking all the jobs from all the old people.
Well, yeah,
And he's made them his
took
own.
Dick Clark's.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. Yeah.
He kicked Dick Clark
Well,
out.
he kept wheeling him out there for a couple years after
He
the
did.
fact.
He did keep
Yeah,
going
kind of
on.
what they do to Lee Corso.
Right.
Liza Minnelli.
That's just bad. That's just
Yeah.
bad.
Wait a minute. How about Lee Corso?
He's fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's
That's
sad.
a good one.
Yeah. Well, but that one is he doesn't.
Dolly Parton, Mel Brooks, and Lee Corso. There you go. There's our
Well,
Mount
no,
Rushmore.
but Mel Brooks is. I mean, Corso's different to me because Corso's not all there, bro, and that's what sucks about it. Like the other guy, like Mel Brooks is still sharp. Dolly Parton's still sharp. You know what I'm saying? Like Lee
Corso's
has
sharp.
moments.
Of course he does.
Well, he's got his moments.
He's like 90. You're going to have moments too at 90.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You think they show all of Betty White's moments? No, they showed her best moments.
She was an angel. She was such
Oh, God.
a national
Now, Lee
treasure.
Corso's
I
86.
can't believe she's dead.
There you go.
Yeah.
86.
So was 90.
Yeah, man. That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, is a good
That's
one.
a good one.
Next question.
All right, next question. What is the dumbest tool you have used to injure or hurt yourself?
Dumbest tool. A hammer drill. So, I
Okay.
had a hammer drill and I'm drilling into like a block of wood.
Yeah.
Okay. I had my hand on the trigger. It got stuck in the block of wood, and
Yeah.
instead of letting go of the trigger, it just kept going around.
Yeah.
in which
Recoils. Yeah.
in which the cord, the extension cord, like got caught, ripped out of the wall, and I had like sliced my leg and have a forever scar from it.
Ooh.
It was
All right.
whack. And I was like, ah! I came in. Daniela was like, why are you bleeding everywhere? It's like, I don't know. Oh, it was bad.
Look, I don't think any tools are dumb. They all have a purpose.
Yeah. Not to, you don't take a hammer drill to go through a block of wood, though.
Well, you don't. I mean,
Not
you
with
can
the
use a
bit that
regular
I was
tool,
using. That
yes.
was kind of dumb.
Yeah,
So
no.
that's a dumb tool.
That's a dumb tool.
The dumb
'cause
tool
you're using it
was
for the
me.
wrong thing.
Yeah, the dumb tool was me.
There you go.
using the good
There
tool.
you go.
There you go.
You injured yourself.
Yeah.
Tool was fine. Would have been better in,
Toast?
stucco.
Yeah, I don't have a. I mean, the only time I've injured myself with a tool was like hitting my thumb with like a hammer when I was using a nail, but that's not. I mean, so I think my dumbest injury would be breaking my thumb while I was swimming.
That's a new one.
So
It's
yeah,
tough to do.
Yeah,
Did I
Yeah,
ever
it's
tell you?
possible though. It's possible.
I might have you beat. Did I ever tell you my swimming story?
No.
I practiced for a swim test. Okay? Just keep that in the back of your mind. That's the foreshadowing like they do on NCIS. And at night, I had this propensity to sleep with earplugs in my ear.
Mm-hmm.
Because just had a hard time sleeping. I was going through that transition. Sleeping much better these days. It's fine. So I go to, doctor. He looks in my ear. He's like, hey, man, what's in your ear? I don't know. He's like, no, I'm dead serious. You hear all right? Yeah, fine. No dizzy? Nope. No headaches? Nope. No. What's in your ear? I'm like, I don't know. You're the doctor. You tell me. So he's digging in my ear for like a good 10 minutes, putting pressure behind it to get this move. He can't get it out, right? Can't get it out. And he goes, man, if I can't get it out, I'm going to give one more shot at this. I got to send you to an ENT. I said, okay. He gets it out. It's part of an earpiece from one of the swimming earplugs that I used 8 months ago.
Wow.
I had that thing in my ear for 8 months, had no clue. No clue. It was a part of it that sheared off, and that thing lived in my ear for 8 months.
See, I want to bring everybody behind the curtain a little bit.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, just Roe, as you guys can imagine, is one of the most brilliant minds I have ever been around. True savant in many ways. But my God, he is a Neanderthal. Like the
True story.
The 180-degree perspective of this kid is mind-blowing at times. Really.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, holy fuck. How do you not know
And what he's meaning to
that you have something in your brain?
No clue. I woke up. I went to sleep. It obviously sheared off when I sleep. I woke up like nothing happened. It didn't affect me, and I just.
Oh my God! I can't
I'm
imagine not knowing.
I'm not kidding you. I'm
Yeah.
not. You've seen these earpieces. They were blue.
And it doesn't.
Yeah.
and that story doesn't surprise me.
And
either,
it is a
which
true
is
story.
The other part
that
of it.
thing lived in my ear. No issues.
Insanity.
I didn't even hear a difference when he took it out. Just saying.
Oh my God.
So
Oh, jeez.
What on earth is happening?
I don't know. 5 questions does this to us.
Last question. What are your honest thoughts on poetry?
It's the worst type of writing I can think of.
My only thoughts on poetry are that I thoroughly enjoyed Dead Poets Society, and that's like that's it for poetry for me. That's pretty much it.
No matter how great the Dead Poets Society could tell me a poem is, there is never in a million years am I going to go watch people read poetry. Just not into that. No thanks. You couldn't pay me enough. I'd probably want to like stick more things in my ear, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't get it.
But to me, when you say how important is poetry,
art.
Poetry in motion.
I didn't ask how important it was. I just said your honest thoughts on it.
My honest thoughts, poetry in motion to me is just like a brilliant lyricist, but I need music behind it. That is when it's like just brilliant to me.
Okay.
Just you have to add the music, and obviously there's rhythmic pentameter to it. It's poetry. You don't consider it poetry. Regular poetry, no music, no thanks. Poetry in motion and music, yes, please.
All right, there you go. That's 5 questions, people.
Questions.
We didn't do any little life stuff because we started everything off with leads, but I thought I should point out to you guys that the wife went to Publix yesterday to get some eggs for dinner to make some chicken cutlets. And she came home 20 minutes later without the eggs and instead with a dog.
I saw that, but that... How?
So there was a dog just running around the parking lot of our local Publix.
Okay.
Didn't have a collar on or anything like that.
Off Cleary?
Yeah, right there off Cleary. Yeah. The little
there many
Publix
times,
right there.
right?
Yeah.
That's right.
And so, so she scooped it up and brought it over to a vet that was right there in the plaza, and they scanned it for a chip, and it had no chip, and it had no collar, and she brought him home. Brought her home. Mm-hmm.
Brought her home.
Yeah.
And she's still there.
She is here right now. Yeah, she is sleeping in a little bed down there by my feet. Stella is cool with her. Your namesake, Frank, is not cool with her at all. Frank the cat, and the
Cats
new
are weird
bitch
like that.
are not,
Dog.
yeah.
Yeah, cats are weird like that. What's the new doggy's name?
Well, we don't know. It's not our doggy. So thankfully, we have secured a spot at a no-kill rescue that is going to go ahead and give her to a foster home until they find a forever home.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, that's a
Very
good
good.
story.
Yeah. We considered keeping her, but just Frank obviously was not liking it and didn't want to deal with that nonsense. It's his house first.
I wonder what your cat and my cat would do, and it would be nasty. They look exactly the same.
End
by the
each
way.
other,
Bro,
hopefully.
if we could take our two cats and take them down to Hialeah, and dude, we could make money.
Oh, yeah.
Where they used to do
you
the
could.
cockfighting, we could make money on those two. Yeah.
We don't advocate cockfighting or dog fighting in the least. Cat fighting, no, we're all
Fighting's a whole
we're
new
for it.
thing.
You can send it to PETA. I don't
Sharpen
care.
those claws up and let's go.
That's right.
They're gonna fight naturally, anyways.
Exactly. Damn, dude. Yeah.
Savages.
Cats just, oof. Cats don't like what they don't like. You're not changing their fucking mind. You're just not. You're not changing their mind.
Nope. Nope.
All right, should we do name this bad boy?
Sure.
Ooh. Neanderthal.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to look up how to spell that.
No, Neanderthal.
I don't know. It's the only thing I can come up with.
I was thinking Leeds.
I didn't have a real good one for
I was
this
thinking
one.
Leeds.
Huh? I thought Leeds or something.
Yeah, Leeds is good.
It's like Blue's
Hot
Clues.
Leeds. Okay, figure it out.
All right, I'll figure it out.
Surprise us.
Good.
Yeah, all right,
There
I'll
you
figure
go.
something out. All right, kids. Hey, Scoop,
Kids.
are we doing something like this
Yeah.
week? You have an event or something?
I think that's next week.
Is it next week?
Next week. Yeah, next
week. Okay, it's next week. Okay, that
Yeah.
Life Wallet cigarette.
Yeah, next
thing,
week
right?
we have the Life Wallet event.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a live show.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy hell, yeah. Next Friday night, May 6th, we're going to be down in Miami for the launch of Miami Race Week down there.
beautiful
so
orange
Cigarette will
boat.
be there, Life Wallet will be there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the new one they're launching.
Orange you fast.
Yeah, so we'll be down there for, yes.
Nothing rhymes with orange.
So we'll have more details next week for you guys. We'll tweet it out this week as well. So make sure you guys get tickets. The tickets are free. I believe they're limited, but they are free. So you just have to go reserve them and then go down there. We're gonna do a live show. We do have. I did commit with one guest that's going to be on the show. I don't even think I told you guys.
You
this,
did not.
But, yeah. So I'll tell you now. Mr. Will Mallory is going to be on the show with us.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's going to sit in with us and do a little bit of jabbing. So it's going to be a blast. I'm excited.
Beautiful.
I'm going to end this, or one last thing for me, and then I'm content with ending the show. So you said May the 6th is the live event. Scoop, what happens? What's 2 days before? What's the significance of 2 days before May 6th?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Some Star Wars thing.
I'm good.
As always, go Kings!
What happens on the day before the Star Wars thing?
Cinco de
Oh,
Mayo.
that is a day that OBB is going to make very popular on May 3rd. May 3rd is going to be very popular because the Florida State fans wanted to remind everybody on April 14th that it was 4th and 14th. Thank you, by the way. 4th and 14th might have been the biggest godsend to our program because look at where we are. MIMS is the word. But May the 3rd has a pretty big significance to Florida State fans, so be on guard. Be on guard.
All right, then. Very good. As always, go Canes!
Yo!
Bang.